My husband said his ex will always be part of his life, and that if I didn't like it, I should cancel the wedding. I met Derek at a charity gala where I was catering. He was charming, successful, and didn't play games. On our third date, he told me about Vanessa, his ex-wife of 8 years. They'd been divorced for 2 years when we met. No kids. The split was amicable, he said. They'd simply grown apart. Different life goals, different priorities. The divorce papers were signed over coffee. No lawyers necessary. They'd divided everything fairly and walked away as friends. What I loved about Derek was his honesty. He never hid that he still spoke to Vanessa occasionally. A text here and there. Sometimes coffee to catch up. He said it was important to him that they remained friends after sharing so much of their lives together. That cutting someone out completely, just because a romantic relationship ended, seemed immature and cruel. I thought it was mature. Healthy even. My ex had ghosted me after our breakup, blocking me on everything like I'd committed some unforgivable crime. Derek's approach felt evolved. Adult. The kind of thing secure people did. 6 months into dating, I moved into his house. A beautiful 3-bedroom colonial in the suburbs with a wraparound porch and mature oak trees. The kitchen had been recently renovated with marble countertops and professional-grade appliances. The master bedroom had a walk-in closet bigger than my old apartment's living room. That's when I noticed the photos. Not obvious ones on mantles or walls, but tucked in drawers when I was organizing, slipped behind other frames when I was dusting. Derek and Vanessa at the beach, her laughing as he lifted her in the waves. Derek and Vanessa at someone's wedding, dancing close. Derek and Vanessa on what looked like their honeymoon in Santorini, the white buildings glowing behind them, her hand on his chest. When I asked about them, he shrugged. Just haven't gotten around to removing them yet. Been meaning to go through all that stuff. You know how it is with old boxes in the attic. I let it go. Who was I to police his past? Everyone had history. Photos in drawers weren't the same as photos on display. Then came the phone calls. Always when I was in the shower or running errands, I'd come back to find his phone face down on the counter, her name still glowing on the screen. I'd see her in his call log, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Once, 47 minutes on a Tuesday afternoon when he'd said he was in back-to-back meetings. What do you two talk about for that long? I asked one night as casually as I could manage. Life, he said, not looking up from his laptop. She's going through some stuff at work. Her boss is being difficult. You know how corporate environments can be? Does she not have other friends to talk to? He finally looked at me, his expression hardening slightly. She's my friend too. We were together for 8 years. That doesn't just disappear because we're not married anymore. I felt like I'd been scolded for asking a reasonable question, like I was the problem for being uncomfortable with daily phone calls to an ex-wife. I apologized and didn't bring it up again. The wedding planning started 8 months later. Derek proposed at the same restaurant where we'd had our first date. He'd arranged for the staff to bring out a dessert with the ring nestled in the center, surrounded by fresh strawberries because he remembered they were my favorite. I cried. My mom cried when I called her from the restaurant bathroom. My best friend screamed so loud I had to hold the phone away from my ear. Everything felt perfect, until Vanessa called the morning after our engagement. I only heard Derek's side of the conversation, but his face transformed into something soft, tender, the way he used to look at me in the early days before we settled into routine. Yeah, I know.